In this lesson, we're going to talk about the third statement in the financial statement of cash flow. So, what's cash flow statement? It's a statement that shows how cash moves in and out of a business during a specific period. It tells us where cash comes from and where did it go. It helps us understand company liquidity, see if a business can pay its bills, evaluate the company cash generating ability, and explain why profit doesn't equal cash. There are three sections in the statement of cash flow: operation activity section, investing activity section, and financing activity section. In the operation activity sections, it's about cash from the company main business operations, such as cash received from customers, cash paid to suppliers, cash paid for wages, rent, utilities, etc. In the investing activity section, it tells us about cash related to long-term assets, like purchase or sale of equipment, purchase or sale of building or investment. The financing activity section tells us about cash related to owners and lenders, such as owner contribution, loan proceeds, loan repayment, dividend, or withdrawal. There are two methods to the statement of cash flow: the direct method and the indirect method. In both methods, the investing activities and the financing activities are the same, the only different in the operation activities. To remind, investment activity talk about long-term asset and investment, like purchase of equipment, it's cash outflow; sales of equipment, it's cash inflow; and purchase or sale of investment. The financing activity is about cash related to owners and lenders: owner's capital contribution, loan proceeds, loan repayment, dividend, or owner withdrawal. Now for operation activities in the direct method. It's about actual cash received and cash paid during the period, such as cash received from customers, cash paid to suppliers, cash paid for wages, and cash paid for operation expenses. In the indirect method, we start with net income and adjust it to convert to accrual profit into cash. Our adjustment adding back non-cash expenses to the net income, such as depreciation, which we're going to talk about it in the more advanced topic, and then adjust for change in working capital, account receivable, inventory, and account payable. At the end of operation activities, the direct method and the indirect method will reach to the same result. No different. Operation activities is the same amount in both methods. Investing and financing activities, we said that it's the same in the direct method and indirect method, no change. So we're gonna reach the cash from business. Starting with the statement of cash flow, the direct method, what's tricky about it, we're gonna bring the numbers from the general ledger, not from the trial balance. Starting with cash from operation, cash received from customers, it was 7,000 for goods we sold. And it was inflow for cash paid to vendors. It was 2,500 and 2,000. Sorry, 2,000 and 3,500. So cash outflow to vendors 5,500. As you see also, it's negative between two brackets: rent, also outflow, internet and phone outflow, utilities outflow. That's gonna bring it to cash from operation negative 600. Don't panic, it's okay to be negative as long as we have something different in the ending cash. Cash from investment, we bought equipment for 3,200 and it's cash outflow, so also negative. And then for owner contribution to cash from financing, it's cash inflow 24,000. That gives us the ending balance 20,200 because we don't have beginning balance. If you go back to general ledger and add cash to bank is gonna show 20,200, which is the same in the end of the direct method in cash flow. Now we will move to indirect method and see how it's different but reach the same result at the end. Now for the indirect method, as we say before, the only difference between the direct method and the indirect method is the operation cash. The cash from investment and financing is the same, so we're gonna come forward and post them here, and after that we're gonna start with the cash from operating activities. Now cash from operating the indirect method, as we said, we're gonna start with the net income. It was 2,900, and then change in account receivable and change in inventory, which is in the current assets. If it's increase from the beginning of the year till the end of the year, we're gonna subtract it. If it decrease, we're gonna add it. The theory about that is we start with net income. When we sell and we have amount in account receivable, that means cash we didn't receive it yet. As we talk about a statement of cash, we have to subtract it. Also for inventory, the cost of goods sold. If we have balance here is bigger than the beginning of the year, that means we didn't pay cash yet, so we have to take it out from net income so we can move forward. Our beginning of the year was 0, account receivable increase, so we're gonna subtract it. And for inventory, we have nothing in this question. We're gonna talk about it in another lessons. And for account payable, which is current liability, if it's increase, we increase it. If it's decrease, we decrease it. So it's increase, we increase it. As you can see, at the end, we reach the same result as the direct method. Also, for the cash from operation, here in the indirect method, minus 600, and in the direct method, 600. So until now, our work is correct, and we go forward step by step in the accounting cycle. And now to the last one from the financial statement of shareholders equity. So see you in the last lesson to the financial statements.